This week in sports starts me off in the NFL, talking about a new episode of
Sweet Pussy Sad,
starring billionaire pussy purchaser and New England Patriot owner Robert Kraft. Now, police in Jupiter, Florida announced on Friday that they charged the New England Patriots owner with 2 counts of soliciting prostitution. Yikes. Now, the charges resulted from a string of busts on massage parlors that, according to law enforcement, were used for prostitution and human trafficking along the state's Treasure Coast. Now, if he is convicted, Mr. Kraft could face a maximum of 120 days in county jail. God damn. Now, in a press conference addressing these allegations, Mr. Kraft had this to say.
But I want to say one thing to the American people. I want you to listen to me. I'm going to say this again. I did not have sexual relations with that woman.
Now, what's even more incredible about this story was that on ESPN, Adam Schefter said that he was told by sources that Robert Kraft is not the biggest name involved down there in South Florida. Black Jesus, if you're listening, please, let it be that orange, pussy-grabbing pervert president that we got right now. Please. Elsewhere in the NFL, tune in for this week's episode of Gridiron Divas, starring Antonio Brown and the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Like sands through the hourglass, so are the days of our lives.
Now, last week, I told you about Brown meeting with the owner, Art Rooney, to talk about his future. Well, in that meeting, they both decided that it was beneficial for both sides for him to part ways. So Antonio Brown will be traded from the Steelers. Now, I also told you about how he aired out the team's dirty laundry and saying that Ben's mentality was that of an owner and he was throwing everybody under the bus, including the law. Anyways, the GM of the Steelers came out and said Ben has every right to criticize people in public as much as he wants. It don't even matter. Now, that's crazy to think that you put one player above the team, especially a player like Ben who doesn't take accountability for A, allegedly raping all those women, and B, his own fuck-ups on the field. But it is what it is. Can you say privileged, boys and girls? Also, in Steelers news, Le'Veon Bell, who sat out all the last season, had a report come out that he reportedly gained 30 whole pounds while sitting out in the offseason. 30. Yikes. Well, if that's the case, that will hurt his chances in free agency unless he's really back into shape or all of that shit was just a lie to scare teams off. But until we find out the truth, Le'Veon Bell will be known as Le'Veon Bluebell. Over in college basketball, Duke super freshman and superstar forward Zion Williamson sprained his knee the other day in a huge matchup between UNC and Duke. Now, it was ugly, but the ugliest part about it was how it happened. He didn't jump up and get bumped by somebody, slam to the ground, or his knee locked into place. No, this was caused by his shoes blowing the fuck out. Now, he had on a pair of Paul Georges, and the ironic thing about that was Paul George had one of the most freakishly nasty, disgusting accidents to happen on the basketball court. And I know he was none too pleased to see his shoes be the reason for Zion getting hurt. Now, I don't know what them shoes is made out of. Cardboard, a little glue, maybe some tape, probably some chewed gum to hold the soles together. I don't know, but that shit was ridiculous. Now, because of that, and because of the fact that it was seen by millions in one of the biggest games of the season, Nike's stock plummeted by 1.7%. They lost a reported $1.1 billion off its stock market value. Man, listen, you might want to get you some Converse, or you might want to get you a pair of them buddies that my mama bought for me from the grocery store, because them son of a bitches was indestructible, I swear for Lord. Over in Major League Baseball, superstar free agent third baseman Manny Machado agreed to a deal with the Padres on Tuesday morning. Now, this agreement is for a record $300 million. $300 million? over 10 years with an opt-out after 5 years and a partial no-trade clause. Now, this is the largest free agent deal in the history of American sports, which was held by Alex Rodriguez in his 10-year, $275 million contract he signed in 2007. God damn. Now, I'm going to tell you just like this. Man, look, fuck being like Mike. Forget running the football. I'm going to get my son a goddamn baseball and a glove right damn now. That is no lie. This episode was brought to you by the fine folks over at Viagra. Now, I don't need it, at least not right now. But if you out there risking your marriage and jeopardizing your future for some ass, at least make sure your dick is gonna work. And I will see you guys next week.